Hello, ma'am. Ma'am Grace.
Yes, sir.
Are we
Yes.
are we ready? Sige, ma'am. Magpadayon na ta. So this will be our
Sir?
final uh
Yes.
final recording. Uh Before we start with our
Yes, sir.
conversation, let us first introduce ourselves to our professor, Dr. Revilla, right?
Yes, sir.
Dr. Revilla, my partner is Ma'am Mary Grace Poson, a teacher coming from Bohol Island State University main campus, Tagbilaran City. And if I'm not mistaken, she's been teaching for over 4 years now. Am I correct, Ma'am Grace?
Ye- Yes, very correct, sir.
And yours truly is a secondary
And
school principal one of
yes,
uh, Pedro S. Bujunga National High School in Carmen. And also, I'm a part-time teacher of BITIC Tagbilaran campus. The reason why we're here today is because of the task given by our professor. Am I correct, Ma'am Grace?
yes, that is right, sir.
Could you please read the first question, ma'am? Do you have there the question?
Yes, I have it, sir. So the first question is, now examine your own teaching environment in a similar way. First, list the characteristics of your learners and of the teaching situation. So for me, sir, I will start first.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yes,
for
please.
my situation in having my in teaching my students is of course having this online class.
Yes.
So for the characteristics or the list of characteristics of my learners is first is the age. Wherein it determines the topics that I chose and types of the learning activities.
Mm,
Second is the interest of the students so that they will feel the excitement, they will arouse their emotions to that certain task or activities given. How about you, sir? Can
uh,
you add something about your
yes,
experience also in handling your students?
yes. It's we all know that we are having really this great challenge right now, no, during the pandemic, since uh our teaching these times shifted from face to face to virtual class or online class,
Mhm.
right? But if I'm going to recall the characteristics of our learners before the pandemic,
Mhm.
let me just
Yes,
share
sir.
a quick information or a brief background, no, uh, of our learners' characteristic prior to the pandemic, no. In the public school,
Yes, sir.
I mentioned earlier that I am a school head. I'm a school principal in the public school, and I can. There's one
Yes, sir.
characteristic which I observed during face-to-face setup.
Mhm.
Number one characteristic, the most prominent characteristic which I observed
Mhm.
sa akong mga estudyante in the public school is majority of our learners uh, in the public school, they are not that motivated. Maybe because of
Mhm.
the setup that they are in. In the public school, man good, our students are in a heterogeneous class. So um, it's like
Yes.
students are
Mhm.
brighter ones are with slow learners, just things like that. They're not homogeneously
Mhm.
grouped. Um, that's a huge challenge, right?
Mhm.
Considering that the individual capacity of every student of the learner, and these times,
Mhm.
since I'm also a part timer at BITIC, just like what you've said, we're having online class via Zoom or
Mhm.
via Google Meet. It's kind of
Mhm.
challenging for me. First characteristic is kanang ay lahi ra pud ang mga estudyante when it comes to uh, kanang college students na bitaw, since we all know that college
Yes,
students
sir.
already have their uh, kanang na ay what is that, long-term goals. They're
Their
motivated
knowledge.
na, yes, they're
Yes,
motivated na to
long-term
finish a
goals.
degree.
Yes, that's right, sir.
So
Mm-hmm.
that is a factor
Yes,
for them to kanang do their best jud in their studies, kay they have that motivation already to finish college. When it comes to high school, murag it's a different
yes.
story. Mo nang dili kay sila motivated. uh, Anything else you
Mm-hmm.
can share, Ma'am Pusan, for item number one or question number
Yes,
one?
to add with that, yes, sir. To add it, no, with the word that you said, it's more on the academic, no,
Mm-mm.
of the level or the educational level of the students. Because me myself, no, I'm handling a college students. Well, before this pandemic, I'm handling in the senior and junior in
Mm-mm.
BITO before, but
Mm-mm.
as we go along, it stops or it already not part of our curriculum this time. But then we have this enrichment or a partner where we will enrich our learnings, especially having a kanang bajaw bitaw, sir, bajaw. That is our enrichment partner. So we don't have
Mm-mm.
any more high school because this time this is the last high school for this year. So we
In
don't have any
Baisu,
more
in
for the
Baisu,
next.
in Bull Island
Yes,
State
yes,
University,
sir.
ma'am. No more high school.
Oh, and the name, yes. This
Mm.
time, this is the last. This is the
All right.
last ilahang level or fourth year last part of their life, no, to be an high
Mm.
school student
Mm.
here in Baiso, really. So sad to say, I'm not part anymore to handle junior high school as well as the senior. Okay, it's already changed by this curriculum. Kay new curriculum naman good ni sir.
Mm.
So we're
Mm.
focusing already in higher, no,
Mm.
or especially or in the college years this time. So more to it, sir. No,
Mm. Mm.
we're also focusing on the characteristic for my learners or attitudes of the learning. Kay
Mm.
karon mo good what we had now the online class.
Mm.
It really observed, no, because our medium of instruction is messengers or
Mm.
messenger because the problem is the signal. Most of the students is not here from living here in the city, but in the far-flung place. That is why we are always using messenger, or we could use a cell phone, because sir,
Mm.
cell phone, and through having it, we will know the attitudes if they're
Mm.
really already motivated or
Mm.
not, or if there is a problem, sir. So
Mm.
we have that. And another thing is reason for learning. So after we have our discussion through having a virtual face to face is we
Mm.
do some feedbacking with
Mm.
our students, sir. Yeah, feedbacking through not in verbal, but we do it in writing. And for the lesser, different learning styles. Because as for now, we have this technology, no techie. Me myself, I will really tell you, sir, na I'm not really well versed or well equipped in having a technology, but with the help of the people around me who is really techie, praise God, I still continue, no, to dwell this kind of
Mm.
situation. So for me, it is a step of a tough, but then adjustment for me. But overall, it was good, sir, having this online class.
So, going back to,
And
mm,
yes, sir.
just go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
Uh, you have something to add or none, sir? We will proceed to number two question. Or you have
You just
something to
mentioned,
connect it.
yeah, you just mentioned earlier that
Mm-hmm.
your the primary medium of instruction where you give instructions to your students is through messenger. Am I
Yes.
correct? So
Yes, sir. Yes,
for
sir.
critical points, for instance, we all know that there are things that need to be explained to our students. What you did is you just
Correct.
post a comment or anything that explains a point on messenger.
Yes, sir. I will give them having a soft copy, sir, with our
Mm.
modular activities, soft copy, because we will not, our head advises us not to go because it is difficult really if we will contact
Mm-mm.
face to face to go to their place with us, sir. That is
Mm.
why soft copy lang, sir. The
Mm.
notes, the modular activities. Yes, sir.
In our case, in these times in dep ed, in the secondary schools, we are also doing what you are
Mhm.
practicing. But you said that you are writing feedback
Mhm.
on the students' activity sheets, right?
Yes.
Then aside from that,
Yes, sir. That's right.
I also we also I allow or I let my teachers contact the students, did ma'am. They have the students' phone numbers. I
Mm.
gave them prepaid load, so they can call their students and
Wow.
make a follow up via phone call. We all know that internet connectivity is a problem in remote areas, and our school is located in a remote area. So
Mhm.
there are a lot of strategies that we're doing at the school
Yes, sir.
level,
Mhm.
just to help or
Mhm.
extend support to our students. In my part-time job in BITIC, the same thing. I also do what you are doing as a college
Mhm.
teacher in Baisu, and
Mhm.
there's a kind of initiative that I'm also practicing in my part as a teacher. Aside from those giving of feedback
Mhm.
on paper, writing feedback on their activity sheets, I
Mhm.
also record video
Yes, sir.
lessons and post them on YouTube, just things like that, so they can.
Ah,
It's
okay.
different when they see you explaining, and they can see something displayed on the screen while you are
Mhm.
explaining. So that's the only thing that I do in
Mhm.
my level. So we all know that we have different styles, no? We have different approaches when it comes to teaching, but for sure, everything is
Mhm.
effective if we just do our best effort, di ba? Nga ang tulang taon jud nga all our hard work, all our kahago bitaw sa atong ipangbuhat as a teacher is for the good of our students. I think we're good. We can proceed now to question number two. Number two is decide.
Yes, sir. Please hit it. Mhm.
Let me use my phone. Question number two here. Then decide which are the
Yes, sir.
most significant of these and try to plot the patterns of cause and effect that they set in motion. For example, how are your classroom materials selected? To whom are you responsible? What possibilities do you have for innovation or for professional development?
Yes, sir.
Can you share
Please start.
first? I think we already talked points
Okay,
already,
sir.
no? Ma'am, no, for number two? Murag ni cover daghan sa
Yes,
gisgutan,
that's right, sir.
murag na natay
Yes.
natakol ani nga part. The
It's
last
connected to number one. Thanks,
yes,
sir.
murag
Yes.
natubag naman ni nato
We
murag
will proceed to
to whom
number
are
three, sir, I
yeah,
guess. We
yes,
will proceed to number three.
to whom are you responsible? I just mentioned that we are, di ba, for our students, at Thomas ta nila
Yes.
responsable, no? What
Yes.
possibilities do you have for innovation? We mentioned already
Yes.
innovation, di ba? Or for professional development. Kaning professional
Correct.
development, ma'am. How about can you share something about this one?
Okay.
Professional development these
Um,
times?
on, yes, sir. So for me, sir, in my professional development, especially for the students, because I'm handling in the college.
Mm,
No, of course, as a teacher, dapat we know how to let our students hone, especially their independence, no?
mm, mm.
Kay karon we have this online class, dapat they
Yes.
also have the initiative, not just having spoon feed in terms of me because they're already matured enough and
Mm, mm,
we have this resources. So the resources or the resource materials, we could do some research if
mm,
my notes or the soft copy that I gave is not enough for them, they could
mm,
surf no
mm,
from the internet. And then as a teacher also, we could mold the students, no? Because I believe that it starts in us,
mm.
the way
Correct.
we handle them, and then through having it will no influence them and inspire them to be more than us. Am I right,
Mm.
sir? Am I make sense when
Yes.
what I said, sir?
Yes, I agree.
And then for the last, sir, for is okay, sir. And for the last is, of course, the developmental growth itself. They're more in matured level compared to what is before, no? Because it is a leveling, right? So during their elementary, secondary, and until now they're in tertiary level, they are really developed.
Mm.
So in terms of that, sir, that's it, my professional development, sir. How about you, sir?
Right.
How
Uh,
about? you are having or handling? Yeah.
uh, DepEd actually, these times without during the pandemic, DepEd has a lot of initiatives, ma'am. When it comes to professional development, there are
Mm-hmm.
numerous webinars initiated by
Mm-hmm.
DepEd. There are many seminars designed for
Mm-hmm.
teachers, no, to adjust to the new normal. O daghang mga inani nga mga activities ang DepEd for teachers to grow for their development during the pandemic. Pero mo gina very challenging because not all teachers have internet access, right? Not all
Mm-hmm.
teachers have the ICT equipment
Correct, sir.
needed. Mo gina nga it all depends on the teacher. The
Correct,
attitude of kanang
sir.
attitude bitaw sa
And
teacher nga.
also,
Mm,
yes, because literate, sir, they always
mm.
someone to support them. Some others teacher. I understand that, sir, because I have also a friend. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
sir.
And then our role as school heads
Mm-hmm.
is very crucial, ma'am, during the pandemic. Bakay kana bitang if
Mm-hmm.
ikaw if si school head dili kayo mag-mind maguna-una sa iyang sakop bitaw nga kanang naay maka-learn bitaw nga og bag-ong mga pamaagi during the
Mm-hmm.
pandemic, some teachers will just do nothing inana bitaw nga
Mm-hmm.
magpasagad ra. So importante kaayo pud
Correct.
sa usa ka
Correct,
system.
sir. Oh.
Mao nga I can really say that school leaders play a very important role in the system because uh, I I I
Mm-hmm.
come across with a quote nga naki quote nga nabasa nga very nindot kay nga quote man ba. It's just like it is said that
Mm-hmm. Correct, sir.
quality learning
Mm-hmm.
outcomes, yeah, it is said that quality learning outcomes are
Mm-hmm.
produced by quality teachers who are supported by effective school leaders. Muto ka na, ma'am.
Yes, motuo
Um,
jud ko ana,
oh,
sir.
yes, kamura
Kay
mag
ana jud nila mag-una, sir. Kung
mm,
kami kay support of follower, no? Sakto ba
yes,
ko?
ma'am. Yes,
Ha?
ma'am. Support sa atong mga leaders, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Support sa atong system. Ikaw nakasabay so support sa higher
Mm-hmm.
management. Murabag it all boils down to
Mm-hmm.
nothing lang if si teacher ra bitaw ang maningkamot for para sa kaayos
Correct,
sa mga
sir.
bata. Ug di
Maugay na.
maguna-huna ag management bitaw ma'am
Mm-hmm.
nga kaayuhan sa mga bata. Mo po na maabot sa
Mm-hmm.
mga teachers nga di pa
Mm-hmm.
sila maguna-huna. Mo nga I so much love this quote. It is said that quality teaching or quality learning uh,
Mm-hmm.
are produced by quality teachers with supportive, effective school leaders. I think we're good, ma'am. We will proceed
Effective
now to
school
number three.
leaders. Yes, I will read for you
Yes, ma'am.
the number
Please go
three
ahead.
question, sir.
Mm,
Finally, you might like to consider what kinds of changes in your teaching situation would have the strongest effect on your role as a teacher.
mm,
Uh, and then a change in your status, smaller groups, more time, the possibilities are many.
mm,
So as far as I understood the question, sir, I
mm,
considered it to have really the strongest effect in our role as a teacher when it comes to that status as professional. As
mm,
what you said a while ago, sir, in professional, of course, we should have a trainings, no?
mm,
A lot of trainings, but now we don't have seminars, but webinars itself.
mm,
And then not only that, the the as for me, no, you should be equipped with this, no? Because if you don't, if you're not equipped in terms of technologies, you are not versatile with many things, or
mm,
you don't know how to adjust, then you will not really grow. As for me as a teacher, and then for educational background, no, you should be qualified. No, you have the standards to set. Okay, as a teacher, uh, in the classroom setting itself, we should have the lesson plan for us to be guided, and
mm,
with the lesson plan itself, have the objectives followed so that your students could really come up and could really get what is really meant or meet the expectation because or the outcome itself kay namatay mga guidelines or objectives na i-follow na
mm,
kita yung maghimo kay parang bata sakto ba ko sir? And then as a person like po sir, it changes really no sa in a smaller group sa ako nga part
mm,
is nindot good no smaller to start as a small and then
mm.
next is to bigger kay
Correct.
kung muhat at sa dako niya wala bitaw na
Mm,
kanang stall or wala sa tuwa sa kagalingon as individual di ba og mudit sir ata sa dagko dili
Mm.
gid siya nindot kay di nindot og dili kuanan output kay diretso raman. So we will start really from the bottom until the top. More na sir akong na subtan sir sa question number 3.
All right, ma'am. In my part, pod, if I were to make changes, bitaw, in our current teaching situation,
Yes
um,
sir.
ago alang stress out ani is kana bitong
Mhm.
class size, no? Class size, ma'am, kay especially in DepEd, ma'am, nga. Are you
Yes. Oh,
are you a
yes
product of the
sir.
public school, ma'am?
Mhm.
Are you a graduate of are you
Of
from the
course,
public
I'm
school?
proud to say sir. Yes.
Diba, I'm sure you
Yes
know.
sir. I'm proud to be a public school student before.
Mm, yeah, parehas lang, ma'am. I also a product of a
Oh
public
sir,
national high school.
ganun sa bata.
Nga nga 'di ba, in our sa atong in
Mhm.
during my time way back 1997, we are 80 all in one class, such a huge class.
Ah, 1990.
Oh, 80 jud mi sa una, ma'am, in one classroom. Then
Mm.
we had four
Mhm.
classrooms sa when I was in high school, four sections. Then tag 80 ang suit sa kada section. It's a
Mhm.
very huge class, no? Maguna na bitaw ko nga. Yun sa mga teachers sa una nga pagtudlo bitaw namo nga ina to may kadaghan na. Mas maayo na lang man pod,
Jud.
mas maayo na lang man pod karong panahon na. It's
Ah,
this time is better compared before because murag karon kasagaran maximum sa usa ka classroom
correct.
is
Oh,
40.
convenient yun.
40 to 45 inana.
Mhm.
Gamay-gamay nagasud pud siya pero ug atong lang taon baya kay daghan gyapon ang
45. Oh,
40. But if we're going
yeah.
to look at if we're going to look into it, ma'am, na
Maogaghan na sir.
daghan
Oy,
gahapon oy lisod
oh,
gahapon ang 40, ma'am. Mo nga ay, if I were to
rag,
if I
ang,
were mo nga, if I were to
yes,
change bitaw our
ang
current status,
regular,
mm,
ba?
mo nga if I were to change our current status, class size is importante nga us-usa no. Ug 20 siguro is very good number of students in a class kay importante
Correct.
importante kayo na nga kita teachers, we teachers are able to give
Yes. Sakto
personalized
gid kay sir. Perfect yun ang number.
person
Mm.
20 sila mura bag ma'am. Ma'am Grace. Hello, Ma'am Grace.
Yes,
You were
sir.
yes, you were disconnected, ma'am.
Oh,
I think your connection is poor. We're
yes,
almost
sir.
there, ma'am. Happy na tamahuman, ma'am. This is the
That's
final
right, sir.
this is the final part of our conversation, no? Kay
Mm.
question number 4 is murag is guide naman ni, no?
Yes, sir.
We're doing discussion already, no? Murag this is the last
Correct.
part of our
Oh,
conversation and we're
yes,
almost
sir.
we're almost at the end. Mahuman na jud ta. Going back lang, no? Murag katong naputol na to nga topic mo ba nga murag a
Oh,
number of
yes, sir.
a total of 20 students in a classroom is more effective siguro compared to 40
Yes.
40 students plus kay murag importante lagi na I mentioned earlier nga importante kayo nga si
Putting out.
teacher
Mm.
can give individual personalized feedback to us to every student kay for me maayo jud ang gamay ra nga estudyante compared sa daghan, ma'am, no? I think we're good. Can you still do you have something to add, ma'am? So
Tuod jud ko ana.
mm,
Sa imo sir, yes, mo agree gid ko ana nga nindot kinan normal nga size yun kay sa daghan nga size.
mm,
Kay as a teacher, daghan kang buhaton.
correct.
Para sa
Yes,
imo
ma'am.
nga naka sa DepEd.
Mm,
Kay katong estudyantita nga sa katong eskwela pa ko nga di gyud lalim kana bitang suruyon jud niya unya
mm,
kanang katong jumuban nga dali makasabot dayon so dapat tudluan bitaw po na mga bitang teacher nga do you understand class nanay mo raise hand up no teacher kay di ba ya dali magrasap dayon ang
correct.
pangutana samot na sa katong gingon mo sir nga kanang naa mag slower na pay
Mm,
fast nga learner
learner.
so dapat jud nga tagaan pud og time. Samot na karon no? As in double, triple samot na sa inyo sir. Kay mga
Yes.
bata ba yan na so dapat
Oh,
ana ba yan nag-start gyud sa elementary to secondary level ang mga
mm,
bata nga mahon gid ang ilahang pagka hibaw-an.
mm,
Kay karon na sa college daghan kayo sir. As in ko hala. Oh my God, di kay bawo mo basa ang uban. As in, bisag simple agad sir. First year ha, and then, ano pa yung uban nga, kaya na bitang simple, question, di yun
Mm.
nila mag-grasp mo na, it's really time. Ako dahil ka na niguman na namang klase na may mo chat na sir ni siya nga.
Mm.
Mom, pwede explain sa kuha ni kay wa ko kasabot so ko. Okay, mo nang tagatag sa una ko. At least nani, natay ka na ang private message ka para makuanan mo ang bata. Nya sa ipod ka nang wa say kuan kanang signal so try siya tawag na ako cellphone nga na sir
Mm.
ba.
Mm.
So ana bitaw ng pamagi nga kuan gid sir kanang dahil sa class size ana yun mo agree jud ko ana sir unya dapat pod na gi-support sa head and
Mm.
then kanang natay facilities ba sir og
Mm. Correct.
nagamiton bitaw
Mm.
og kanang no di ba lahi ra gyud kay ang lugar sa amo magud sir bisag sa college ni
Mm.
katong katang face to face pa bitaw mi sir
Mm.
wa may room sir wa may
Grabe.
room na mi sa gym mag klase. Oo, niya. Banha kayo, kaya na ba yung PE?
Mm.
Hala, Lord, saon man mo na napagod siya kung ikaw mag-klase kay di man ni magkadangag. Mo nang ingana bitaw. Kay tungod sa kadaghan po. Daghan man ni sir sa student sa karon gyapon pani 40 up.
Oo
Hmm,
ba?
40 up ni sa
Mm.
Bangsto. Oo. Ang lesser yun nang makaabot may 30 below so halos is 40 up yun ko nga. Hey Lord, salamat na pod kay bisan kana bitaw ingana ang paagi ang student kay willing gid siya ma-learn. So mo
Mm.
ang gikabaliban sa mga bata kay gusto gid sila ma-learn. Mo na sir akong ma-share sir. Kabahin ana.
Well,
Oh
I
sir na
was
pa kay
no.
answer?
I'm just listening to what you've shared, Ma'am Grace, and I really can sense that you are a dedicated and committed teacher.
Yes
And
sir.
yeah, Baisu is very lucky to have you. Kay kuan, I can sense mo nga murag mayo jud ka nga teacher, ma'am ba nga.
Yes sir.
Magunaw na jud ka sa welfare sa atong mga bata. I think we're good, ma'am. I'd like to thank you very much for
Yes sir.
your time, spending your time with me today.
Yes
Daghang
sir.
kayong
Thank you
salamat.
sir.
Daghang kayong salamat, ma'am. And to Ma'am
Salamat sir
Socorro,
kapag initiate with ani
yes,
sir.
ma'am. To Ma'am
Yes
Socorro
sir. Bye.
Revilla, thank you so much, ma'am, for watching. Bye, Ma'am Grace. Thank you very
Salamat
much,
Ma'am
ma'am.
Socorro. Bye. God
Bye. Bye,
bless
Ma'am Grace.
sir.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.